fire to all. Here we have the next part of the practice. It is connected with three kinds of energy. We are talking about fire energy receiving. In the first part, we were talking about the importance of the practice called Talk with Fire, directly. Now, the most important question is, what energy will come to us and how we will feel it during these 4 minutes of fire receiving. By now, we have learned what home of the soul is. And we all know that there are no similar people, just like there are no similar snowflakes. We are very different and we have a very different experience, baggage with which we fill the cells in home of our souls. And we have some experience, life experience that we have gained here and now. Now, living on planet Earth during a certain period of time, no matter how long, but we have some experience already. And we all have developed our habits that are very different. What kind of habits? Our diet, for instance. Everybody eats differently, everybody has different meals. Our diet is the main thing that affects your sensibility. If you eat meat, we cannot even talk about sensibility here. Because, I will repeat that, fire energy can get only into a clean vessel. And we are going to talk about the things you will need to do so that your vessels were clean. But the main thing that was unavailable before is that, well, let's be clear about it. In fact, if you are receiving fire energy, then within 3 or 5 months, or sooner, you all, with no exception, even if you are a committed meat eater, you won't be able to eat meat anymore, because otherwise there will come poisoning of your organisms. And you won't eat meat not because you will refrain from it. No, you won't. You will not refrain from anything at all. You will just stop craving it. These are two completely different things. You just won't want it. You just won't want to eat meat. You won't have the desire to eat in the amounts you ate before. You just won't. No matter whether you want it or not, but if you are receiving fire energy, you will change your diet, all of you. But you will change it not because you will refuse eating something or set some limits for yourself. By no means. It will happen very smoothly. So smoothly you won't even notice it. It will not distress you, neither physically nor mentally. We are going to talk more about diet a bit later. For now, I want you to understand in general that every one of us has very different experience. And if your diet includes heavy food, this heavy food will prevent you from letting fire energy in. But once again, we don't deprive ourselves of anything. We don't refuse from anything. Fire energy comes so that we could do it as comfortably as possible. You just won't want to eat it anymore. It will just happen naturally and comfortably. And it is interesting that apart from diet, there are different kinds of spiritual practices that you may have learned, tried, gone through during your life, here and now. I mean during this lifetime, not previous ones. Everyone has their own knowledge, and those who have done some energy practices, like yoga, qigong, breathing exercises, meditations, and things like that, there are plenty of such things. It doesn't matter what exactly of these you have done. Even when you read books, your consciousness changes. I mean books on spiritual subjects. You may even not practice anything, but just by reading books, you can increase the level of your consciousness. Therefore, you need to understand what we are talking about. We are saying here that by now, you all have a very different beginning of communication with fire. All of you are so different, and you shouldn't expect that you just close your eyes and fire will just rush to you on high speed. It won't be so. It will get to you step by step. I repeat, we have 4 years. 4 years to get our body and our mind prepared for fire energy to enter us. That's the thing. And in connection to this, we will see, each of you will feel it. You will have 3 kinds of sensations. The first kind is when you don't feel anything at all, no sensations. It will show that, first, there is something wrong with your diet, and second, that you have some serious blocks, clenches, and other things that don't let the energy enter you. And you will need to lift these blocks. The third thing is our essences, who wouldn't want you to receive fire energy. And there is the fourth thing, which is too an important one. It is karma. We have already learned that it is necessary to work with karma knots in order to let fire energy get inside you at its fullest extent, and you could feel this heat. So, according to these 4 points, you will have rather different sensations. And you need to know that when you don't feel anything, you still get the energy. But it is pranic energy. Everything is pierced with vacuum, and this vacuum has different vibrational charge. And even in this vacuum, even despite the fact that torsion fields turn in different directions, either negative or positive, either clockwise or counterclockwise, they have different wave frequencies anyway, very different. And fire energy that comes now on Earth will just pour onto all living creatures, including the planet itself, during 4 years, twice a day, as we have already stated. This energy has the highest potential of vibrational wave. The highest potential, the supreme potential, I'd say. There is nothing higher. And our task is to get our bodies prepared for this supreme potential to penetrate us, so that we could feel it. But once again, if you don't feel anything, it means that your body is being filled with pranic energy. What is pranic energy in our case, in the case of fire energy receiving? We have already discussed that on planet Earth there is a certain scope, a scope of energy from and to certain borders, the energy on which all living creatures that exist on our planet vibrate. And they exist in this scope, in this layer, so to say. There are negative and positive energies, and they find themselves in a certain balance. So, pranic energy that will be entering you will be the one that coordinates with correlation of these energies in you, with your balance of these energies, the balance of positive and negative charges. Why is it so? Because you have serious problems, maybe health problems, some serious diseases. We're going to talk about it further. It can be very serious, hereditary diseases, cancer, for instance, or diabetes, or some other diseases that you have, serious chronic diseases, any. They will too stand in the way of sensibility and the passage of energy. But here we are saying that it is important to understand that within a certain span of time, this pranic energy will fill your body and these holes and flaws that you had, and crush these blocks and clenches standing in the way of the passage of other energies. And in case you don't have any sensations, the main sign for you will be cool air, a gentle breeze. It is a different kind of energies. We should understand that we have 4 kinds of energy. 4 kinds of energy that we can tell one from another by feel. What are they like? You should know that the deceased have cold energy. It is a huge energy, chilling. It makes your skin crawl. It is something chilling, something cool, something cold. I would even say that it is frost. It is not fear. No, it is not. We have learned that there is no need to fear of the deceased. It is ridiculous, just ridiculous. And once you start receiving fire energy, you will find it obvious, after a while, that it is just ridiculous. So this chill, cold or frost means that it is the deceased. There is another kind of energy. It is cold too, but it is more like mint freshness. Somebody gave this description and I liked it a lot. It is a very accurate description, like mint freshness. And I think mint freshness is a very good understanding of angelic energies. I mean, when after no sensations you will feel mint freshness, like a gentle breeze. The deceased feel like concentrated cold, and angelic energy is like a breeze. It is a gentle mint breeze, like sea breeze, something like this, something soft and tender. Freshness. This is what concerns cold types of energy. There is a type of hot energies. They come close to each other, you need to tell them apart. Those are our essences that dwell inside us. Our demons, evil spirits, there are many kinds of them. We will look at them closer when the time comes. They have warm energy. You know, like animals. Their body temperature is higher than ours. And when we touch them, they seem hot to us, like heaters. And the essences are of this temperature, like living creatures, like animals, only on spiritual level. It is one type of warm energy. The main energy is fire energy. It is the fundamental one. It gives this heat. It may seem to you that you are burning. You may think that the clothes that you are wearing is going to ignite. This is how powerful these energies are. If you feel fire energy, you won't confuse it with anything else. It is very strong, fast and dynamic, I'd say so. Therefore, you need to learn the following. I have just made a kind of classification of these energy types. And remember how we started this video, that we have 3 kinds of energy that will work with us. First is the absence of sensations. It happens when you have some karma debts, or your development is out of line, or you have blocks, holes, diseases, and so on. There are a lot of different reasons why you don't feel any sensations. And you know, the reason doesn't matter. Fire doesn't care for it. It will fill you and it will solve any of your problems. By the way, one more of such problems is artificially created programs, as I call it. Artificially created negative programs, such as evil eyes, spells, curses, envy, hatred, and other such like things of our time. And if you have something off this list, it will too get in the way of getting sensations during fire energy receiving. You need to know that. And as soon as you have the necessary minimum, when all your emanations will become even, at least with the help of this pranic energy corresponding to you, then you will feel this breeze, this mint freshness, this coolness. It is the angelic energies rushing into your life. Cool angelic energies. Why are they cold? Because they are from space. It is cold in space. It is the level of energies that are in a certain hierarchy. Let us put it this way. It is the cold angelic energy. And it will work with you. You will feel chilly. You will feel different sensations. But if you feel cold and frosty, it means you haven't worked well enough with the deceased. In the next video, we will study the 3 main points in accordance to which you will need to work, and why the sensations change during fire energy receiving. This subject will be in our next video. After the cold angelic energies work with you, and only after they fill your emanations with a different kind of energy, I mean they will squeeze out pranic energy and fill the space with themselves. It is the angelic energy that will fill your emanations. And as soon as your bodies will be strong enough to let fire energy in, only after that you will feel different hot sensations. And you should know that very often, not very often, but always, it happens so. In some spots you will feel warm, and in some spots you will feel cold. And the spots that are warm are the ones more prepared for fire energy receiving, and in these spots you will feel heat. And the spots that are cold, it is a sign too. It means that you have flaws, holes, blocks, and so on there, and that at the moment they are healed by angelic energies, so that fire could enter you in its full extent and on higher speed. This is what I wanted to tell you about the sensations from these energies, the classification of what they can be like, so that you knew what to expect and what to be ready for. And in the next video, we will talk on your sensations when going through blocks and on flowing of different energies through your bodies connected to karma constituents.
Ваши ощущения по блокам, по прохождению там различного вида энергии по вашим телам, связанным с кармической составляющей.
We will also talk about the three main points by which we will need to work. The first point is phantom hugs practice. The second point is expansion of the list of the deceased. And the third point is our work with essences. These are the 3 points that prevent you from letting fire energy inside of you. And now we are going to talk about it. And once again, I remind you that if you want to take part in construction of the new world, the world of love, you can click the links beneath this video and donate us some money, if you want to. And in the next videos, we will talk about 3 points. Fire to all.